Hey guys! I'm back with the last video for Tabletop Month. This time instead of a story I've decided to do something similar to the alternates which I mentioned in my introduction video. Today I will be placing the members of Vox Machina from Campaign 1 of Critical Role, more importantly, the versions of them from The Legend of Vox Machina on Amazon Prime and the antagonists of Season 1, Silas and Delilah Briarwood into the Lantern Corps from the DC Universe. I will be mentioning events from both the first and second seasons of Vox Machina when explaining my placements for the group, so if you don't want anything spoiled, go watch the show then come back here and watch the video. But before I go further, I got art commissioned for this video depicting each character mentioned as a member of their respective corps, but the file size was too large to put in the video, so I will link it in the description below along the artist's contact info if you are interested in commissioning her. Now enjoy the video and please consider checking me out on Ko-fi and my social media, all of which will be linked in the description below. Percy. I see Percy as a prime candidate for the Ultraviolet Corps, representing shame, this being due to my belief that his emotions and actions are driven by the trauma of witnessing his family's murder and the subsequent torture he endured at the hands of the Briarwoods lackeys. Although he acts out in anger which would normally make someone a candidate for the Red Lantern Corps, this more a product of his grief and guilt, as are the chilling lengths he's willing to go to in order to exact his revenge. But I see the pact Percy unknowingly made with Orthax as being quite similar to what someone who was chosen for an Ultraviolet Ring would go through. So my final judgment is that Percy would become a member of the Ultraviolet Corps but eventually overcome his trauma and gain a blue/Green Lantern Ring. Vex and Vax. I'm placing both Vex and Vax into the same entry as I believe they will both be chosen for the same rings. The Star Sapphire Corps representing love due to the love they have for their friends, each other and their respective partners. Their mantra, "Don't go far from me," even indicates this love and loyalty, causing Vax to offer himself to the Matron of Ravens to save his sister from death after she touched the Deathwalker's ward and played a role in him distancing himself from Keyleth. Although, they would be good candidates for the Blue Lantern Corps representing hope because of their desire for a home for themselves and their friends/family, but this would apply to my true choice as well. So, my ultimate verdict remains the same: they would both be chosen for Star Sapphire rings due to their immense love for everyone in their lives. Pike. At first, I would choose the Indigo Tribe representing compassion, as she is shown to be quite compassionate, like when she reassured Keyleth after their first fight with Brimscythe. But I don't see it as her dominant emotion, and being selected for an Indigo Tribe ring is more a reformatory measure than anything else. First, the Green Lantern Corps representing Will I believe would be a good fit for Pike, as she was willing to go off on her own when her magic faltered during the invasion of their home in order to learn what happened, and again when Pike persisted in her commune with the Everlight, that really showing dedication in her faith, or in other words, willpower. And there are further examples of her showing great will, such as when she stood up to the Genisphinx, Ossissa when Vox Machina approached the Slayers take for aid in their battle against the Chroma Conclave. In conclusion, Pike would be chosen by a Green Lantern ring due to her faithfulness. Grog. To start off, I'm not going to place Grog in the Red Lantern Corps representing rage because 1, it's too obvious, and 2, it's truly only a small part of who Grog is as a person, nor will I put him in the Star Sapphires, as love is only a part of his character, although not a small part. Personally, I see Grog as a prime candidate for the Green Lantern Corps representing, as not only he stood his ground against extremely tough odds, such as when he openly stood up to his uncle when he refused to kill Pike's grandfather for being weaker than him even though it got him violently beaten and left for dead. And he's also believed in / defended his friends in extremely trying circumstances, such as when he believed Pike would do well on her pilgrimage to commune with the Everlight and was more worried how the group would do without her. Therefore, Grog would be chosen to wield a Green Lantern ring, as his will is truly indomitable. Scanlan. To place Scanlan into the Star Sapphires representing love would only be an honorary consideration at best. I truly consider him as more of a worthy candidate for the Green Lanterns, as he, like Grog, has stuck with the other members of the Vox Machina through some really harsh circumstances and even stood his own against Duke Vidmire, which takes a great deal of courage, especially with his feat with the lightning bolt. If you know, you know. And in the second season when he took back his vestige of divergence, Mythcarver, and killed Umbrasyl despite wanting to run and save himself. Even though this was spurred on by his recent encounter with his daughter, Kaylee, it showed that at heart Scanlan was a courageous and strong person. In summary, the only choice for Scanlan is the Green Lantern Corps representing Will, as he has great courage and an even better imagination. Keyleth. Now before I start, we all know that green is Keyleth's color, but I'm not placing her into the Green Lantern Corps as I feel she is a stronger candidate for the White Lantern Corps of Life. This is because she truly does value life, be that of her loved ones, other people, animals, or just nature in general. And this shown when near the end of Season 1, she sacrifices herself to protect Vex from Delilah's attack, or when in Season 2 she fought her way through the elemental plane of fire, gained the power to become a fire elemental and closed the gate to it, thus getting closer to completing her arament. So, I believe that Keyleth would be selected by a white lantern ring signifying her love for life. Silas and Delilah Briarwood. First, I'm going to start off by giving both of the Briarwoods an honorary consideration for the star sapphires representing love, as they do truly love each other, but only each other. However, this consideration is more for Delilah due to her inability to live without Silas driving her to cast the spell that turned him into a vampire. But my true choice for their placement is in the Black Lantern Corps representing death. This is namely for Silas, as the black rings are known to reanimate the dead, although typically as semi-stereotypical zombies as opposed to vampires, but we could say maybe Silas was some sort of exception. But also because neither of them value life except for each other's. So to no one's surprise, my only choice for the Briarwoods is indeed the Black Lantern Corps, as I can see the ritual that brought Silas back to life, granting both himself and Delilah the black rings and their reign of terror, empowering the rings, or more specifically the deaths caused by said reign being what empowers their rings. Until next time, I'm Calvin. Please like, share and, if you haven't already, subscribe. And follow me on my social media, all of which are linked in the description below. And check out my Ko-fi page as I post short stories, concepts of projects that aren't doable for me, and summaries for future projects here on YouTube. And please donate. It's $3, which you can choose to donate once or set up recurring donations, which will help me greatly in building the platform for my creative career. So enjoy yourselves. This has been Amalgam Image 0.